Carlo. How are you feeling after your first few days of practice here at the club?
Yeah, I feel great. It's the club that I know very well. I'm one of the players that, quite a few actually, top players that reside in Monaco and use this club as a training base. So the club transforms incredibly during the last couple of weeks, or during the weeks of the tournament. So it's kind of unrecognizable for us, but it's a great feeling of sleeping in your own bed, on your own pillow, and being able to have kind of a home feeling of playing in the tournament. And of course, the atmosphere is amazing. The club being so intimate and small, it's noisy. It's great. People are really excited to watch tennis, and this is the tournament that has been successful throughout the history or tradition of our sport for quite a few years. So it's great to be here.
We'll do in English and then one in French at the end.
Yes, Novak, are you used to not to play during a long period since a long time, or is it an advantage? And did you only train on clay before?
Well, last couple of years I'm used to it, I mean, I haven't played America last year at all, and then now this year again, but that's okay, it is what it is. I did more training on clay, which is, of course, positive if you think about the clay season. And, I haven't had much success in Monte Carlo in the last 3 years. I haven't played really good tennis here. So I'm hoping that this year I can start the clay season better than I did in the previous years, and hopefully build my form as I'm coming closer to Paris.
Hi, Novak. I know you obviously would have wanted to play more, but is there any way that these last couple of years could help prolong your career, extend your career, both through not playing so much and not overplaying maybe, but also motivation?
Well, of course things are not the same like they were 10 years ago in terms of maybe the amount of vital energy that I have to play as many tournaments and be so intensely involved in competition on the tour as the other younger guys. So, of course, I do pick and choose the events where I want to peak and how I want to build my form and how I want to work around my schedule. So there are certain events, in this case, of course, Grand Slams are the tournaments where I peak. So that's the case, of course, for clay season. It's Roland Garros. It's no secret, where I want to be able to play my best tennis. But as I said, anywhere you go, any tournament you play, you want to win. I mean, at least that's has been my mentality for many years, and I have won basically all the tournaments. So I always have that kind of in the back of my mind, knowing approaching the tournament again, knowing that I have done it. Why not to think that I can do it again? So. Yeah, I mean, certain breaks are, of course, in the schedule when they're voluntarily made are better than not. But I did have quite a few official matches this year already. So comparing to last year, it's a different situation, whole different situation. I feel I have match play in my legs more than enough to be happy about the clay season.
Hi, Novak, Isabelle Musi, RTS. What difference does it make to start this tournament without Rafael Nadal, who obviously used to compete well here?
Well, of course, in one way, it's a loss for the tournament and for tennis in general, because he's who he is, and by far the most successful clay court tennis player of all time. So we know how many times he has won Monaco and all the other events on clay. But on the other hand, it's an opportunity, I think, for all of us others when he's not there to try to go far and grab a title. So it's this is the situation.
Hi, Novak. I don't know if it's my imagination. Have you trained physically harder? Have you grown in muscles a little bit more?
I take that as a compliment. I have worked on my I guess physical strength, but also the other aspects of physical preparation, which include, of course, the speed, the endurance, and balance and coordination, everything, right? So it's a fine balance between things, but I guess when you that's another maybe positive note about not competing on a weekly basis, that you can give your body time to recuperate, regain the energy and strength, and then have weeks of good training and kind of a mini pre-season preparation type of period where you can build all the aspects or elements that you need in order to compete at the highest level consistently, particularly on this surface that is physically the most demanding surface.
Two more in English, one and one. Yeah.
Do you see Carlos Alcaraz as an absolute threat? If you see some of his game in Indian Wells and Miami, what are you thinking about?
Well, for sure. I mean, the way he has been playing recently, but also the last year and a half, he has been, one of the best players in the world on any surface, and he has proven that he can win. Grand Slam he won in on hard court, where probably most of the people thought that he's going to win first slam on clay, but so that tells you how complete of a player he is. I think he has great mentality, fighting spirit, always pushes hard, takes away the time from opponent, and I think he adjusts well to every opponent to be able to adapt his game tactically. Very, very complete player, and just amazing for our sport to have a champion like him, no doubt. And he's so young. And it's also refreshing to have another great rivalry that people get excited about, which is him and Sinner. And we have seen some thrilling, exciting matches between the two of them in Indian Wells and Miami. So I'm sure that those two guys, along with Rune, from this younger generations, are going to be the leaders. So maybe that's the next big three.
Novak, I'm writing something about unforced errors, and I'm wondering how much faith you have in that stat. I remember you...
I don't want to think about unforced errors, please.
No,
I'm kidding.
You don't make many yourself in general, but you did make 100 against Gilles Simon and still beat him.
Yeah.
So how much, as a statistic for you, is that something that is a good one, or should it be changed, or does it have problems?
In terms of, what do you mean?
Well, is it because it's a human-made, somebody sitting there watching it? They could be hungover, they could be...
Okay, I get it, yeah. Well, I think eventually we are going to have artificial intelligence doing that. So I think it's just a matter of time. And I think that probably be more accurate in terms of your point. But whether there's a robot or a human doing the statistics on unforced errors, they're always going to be there. And of course, the lower the unforced error number is, the better, I guess, the better you are off. But then it does really depend on the given day, on the opponent that you have across the net, whether the opponent is requiring you to be more aggressive or more, conservative in your game plan. So there's a lot of factors that really affect that stat. But I think in terms of the first point, I think very, very soon, considering that we live in such technological era where artificial intelligence is taking over many things, I don't see a reason why the data, wouldn't be something where we would use that.
Une question en français?
Bonjour Novak.
Bonjour.
Tu as déjà parlé de ça, mais en français, si tu pouvais résumer de ce que tu as dit sur la terre battue, tu n'as pas joué pendant un mois, donc tu manques de compétition, de rythme, mais maintenant c'est une autre saison qui débute, c'est la saison sur terre battue avec Roland Garros, tu y penses beaucoup. Donc comment tu abordes cette saison sur terre battue?
Ouais, j'espère bien, j'espère que je peux commencer bien, parce que les dernières 3 éditions de Monaco pour moi sont passées pas bon, mais aussi je suis motivé parce que j'ai avoir pas de compétition les derniers mois en Stadioni, donc j'ai reçu, on peut dire, un peu plus de temps d'entraîner, sur les cours aussi physiquement, donc je suis content avec les sensations que j'ai sur les le cours de pratique, mais évidemment, c'est complètement différent quand tu entres sur le match officiel. Je sais, de mon expérience, de mon carrière sur terre battue, je peux dire que les premiers 2 matchs officiels sur cette surface sont peut-être le plus important pour moi parce que j'ai vraiment passé beaucoup de, on peut dire, challenge, beaucoup de fatigue, de commencer bien avec bon rythme sur cette surface. Donc, j'espère que cette année, les situations va être un peu différentes. J'espère pour bon soutien, bonne énergie, mon famille ici, donc je me sens comme à la maison. Et comment je dis, le premier match plus important, après on va voir comment tout se passe.